Running a 24-hour animal emergency care clinic takes a huge amount of courage, and Gabrielle David is definitely the woman for the job.
Growing up, I spent a lot of time with my grandmother, and through my entire childhood, she's just always talking about owning a business. Like, that's the best thing you can do. It's the American dream. And I didn't realize how much she planted that seed in my brain. And started a day practice about a year before I moved to Colorado. I was recruited to an emergency clinic as an overnight technician, and that's where I fell in love with emergency medicine. So I did everything I possibly could to advance my medical skills. In 2008, I kind of stepped into management and leadership, and that's where I found my passion for caring for people as well as the animals. I was confident that we could create an environment where the people working within emergency medicine would truly love what they do and be able to create an environment that actually eases the burden of the clients coming through the door.
The stakes are always high in the ER, and the people in animal ER care have had their share of struggles.
You know, we are one of the only emergency practices in town that's open 24 hours, and so we are incredibly busy 24 hours a day, even in the middle of the night. I would say a light day might be less than 10 patients in ICU and each doctor seeing only 10 cases on a shift.
I actually just worked a triage shift earlier this week, and we had about 45 cases present to our facility between 6 p.m. and midnight. It's a wide variation of emotions that the staff have to go through, and it's hard. It's really hard. But I love emergency medicine. I love that chaos.
Gabrielle and her two partners, Ashley Sides and Sutton Spatton, knew they had to continue improving their clinic to keep up with the demand of ER care.
There's many ways the practice has evolved. We improved the reputation within the community. We added multiple departments within just our ER practice. So we have a specific team that focuses on the client service aspect and all the communication and triage, as well as the treatment area that focuses on the medical aspect.
Medicine is always changing, so there's always the newest thing coming out, you know, and so it is very important for the doctors and the staff to be, you know, up to date, especially because we are trying to practice the highest quality medicine we possibly can. So our doctors have to know how to use an ultrasound and do surgery and use stapling equipment in surgery and suture wounds and, you know, all kinds of things. So
one of the things that I'm very proud that we do is with our triage technicians that provide vitals. So they take the vitals.
From the research that I did, there's not many other ER practices that actually have a dedicated technician to triage every single case that came in. But that was really important to us because there is this wide variety of cases coming through the door, and we needed to make sure we were servicing the most critical patients first, and then the stable cases second.
With the passion and efficient leadership of the three, animal ER care could only move forward.
So we regularly support local nonprofits within our community, the Humane Society, open spaces and trails. We volunteer and help clean up trails. We also set up a fund within the Community Foundation a few years ago and are working on getting our staff involved in making the decisions on where those funds are contributed within the community.
I have very audacious goals and I just don't stop striving for them until I achieve them. But it is phenomenal on how quickly we got to this point. So I expected it, but not within 6 years. The soonest growth plan is we're actually opening a second location, just 5 miles away from our current location because of the caseload that's going through our door. We wanted to have some place really close for those cases to transfer to.
We've gone from 6 doctors to 16 in a matter of 4 years, basically, 4.5 years. And we're opening another practice and hiring more doctors and staff. You know, and I think we had less than 50 employees to start with. I don't remember the exact number, and it was less than 50, and now we have 120. So that's a huge amount of growth in the short amount of time. So I guess not to say that I didn't think that we could get there. I think we never imagined that it would happen that quickly, I guess.